competition, trying to eke a sad outcome from my result. 2 more questions and I shall be off quite soon.
You have to turn the other cheek.
What's the most frivolous thing I put on expenses? The cheeky girl was actually not on expenses. A lot of people asked me if I slept with both of them, but I'm not sure because they're twins. But they weren't, neither of them were actually on expenses. As far as I'm concerned, thank you very much indeed, you know them as well. Basically, probably the most frivolous thing I put on expenses was a £19.99 wig, which I bought in order to do something for Macmillan Cancer Support. I tried to claim a £2,500 television, but unfortunately it didn't pay it, but it did cost me my job. There we are. Last one is over there. Pardon? Did I have a threesome with the cheeky girls? Not exactly. Not exactly. But I knew them both very well. Is that one of your fantasies?
How about Boyzone?
I had a threesome with the cheeky girls, but they weren't very similar. There wasn't any point. They were both the same, pretty much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you 3 final questions for yourselves. If you think that this government, this coalition is going to be successful, give a cheer. If you think it's going to be a failure, give a cheer now.
Hey!
That's interesting. Number 2, I'll pass that back to Nick. Second point, and perhaps even more importantly, what do you think is the single most important thing this government could do?
Fuck off!
Legalise drugs, what was the other one? What?
Boil their heads!
Oh, right, okay, I can't hear the word you said. Right, if you said, right, I'll just do it by cheers, because can't hear you. If it was legalised cannabis, cheer now. If it was free cider for the Glastonbury weekend, cheer now.
Yay!
And if it was naked free sex in all the major parks in London, cheer now.
Yay! We do that anyway.
Basically, okay, so it seems like we'll legalise cannabis on that one. And last of all, last question is, what is the single most important thing between these 3 things that you want the government to do? The first possibility is they'll actually allow you to demonstrate without being arrested. The second one is the possibility that you can actually go and live in Westminster in the Parliament Square outside. And the third possibility is that all of you get banned from flying, which is a possible parliamentary restriction on the environment. So the first one is, does anyone here actually want to live in Parliament Square? Do you know Brian Hall? Brian Hall? Yeah. He's the only person who's allowed to live in Parliament Square. Why? Because they introduced legislation to ban him, but unfortunately it's not retrospective. So if you want to live in Parliament Square, you've got to do it with him. In terms of flying, that's a serious thing. Write your MP about that one. And the third one, in terms of legalising cannabis, actually, I'm not sure it's that illegal already. I would like to suggest to you that this is a great parliament, but you've got to fight about that. You've got to actually write in and say you want freedom. So until next time, my name is Lembit Opik, you've been very patient, and thank you very much for your attention. Let's hear it from Billy Bragg, who's probably coming on again. Thank you!